Shakoli, Ani, hello. This is Sean Cousins sharing a digital video on designing a parent engagement program in the kindergarten classroom. First off, I'd like to acknowledge that I am occupying a space here in London on traditional Anishinaabe and Oneida territory, and for that I give thanks to those two First Nations communities for allowing me to present this information to you here. First off, I'd like to sort of acknowledge as well that my practice for designing a parent engagement program in the kindergarten classroom is rooted in what Pushner calls being a guest in the lives of those whom I enter into conversation with. So for traditionally at the beginning of the year, I like to think of what are some ways, inclusive ways, enriching ways to welcome families into the role of being partners in the educational process. So I'm thinking of how might I set it up that becomes inviting, engaging, and there's a real deep motivation to be part of that process. One of the things that I offered as a suggestion in the beginning of the Kindergarten Part 2 course, which I'm currently enrolled in, is bringing myself into contact with parents' personal histories, cultures, and ways of knowing and learning. And so what I offered was maybe setting up a sweat lodge ceremony as a cultural, historical, and pedagogical intervention. I'd like to sort of bring awareness to the traditional histories that teaching and learning take place in Canada, and particularly in London, Ontario, but also provide a purposeful environment that families can sort of enter into and to build upon an inclusive entry point upon which I can sort of design the curriculum, the learning experiences, and the environment in the kindergarten classroom throughout the year. I also like to sort of co-create the epistemological and ontological assumptions that are guiding my pedagogy throughout the teaching and learning process. And by that I mean looking at the ways of knowing and how knowing can take place, and the ways in which I understand reality in its most deepest sense. In a traditional Indigenous philosophy, which I like to provide in the kindergarten classroom, learning and teaching occupy a circle. And so the process to come to an understanding is always co-related and co-created. It's not something that's given from the teacher and to the student and thereby follows a sort of a deposit bank philosophy of education. It's rather co-constructed and co-relational throughout from beginning into the end. And so when I think of offering opportunities for parents to be engaged throughout the year, in addition to the communication that I embark on, for example, through newsletters that are posted on a monthly basis, sort of outlining what is to come for the child in terms of their learning experiences, what they can expect, and some of the success that they will be demonstrating in the room, but also through agendas on a daily basis, keeping in touch with parents and family caregivers that way, and also by email and Google Drive. I like to sort of digitize my communication and thereby provide updates on a much more timely basis for parents. And it also provides a channel by which certain forms of information traditionally not available through print and through telephone can also be uploaded, for example, pictures and videos of student success. So that's a way for parents to keep a mind's eye on how things are taking place in the classroom. But I also like to offer parents an opportunity to be not just partnered in the process, but to be a leader in the design of the curriculum. For example, I'd like to sort of offer parents an opportunity to bring in their specialized knowledge and maybe skill sets, and offer children an extended view of the universe at their age. For example, I may offer a parent or family caregiver the opportunity to lead an arts project because he or she may have a specialized skill set in the design of letters or in the design of painting murals. So all within the realm of visual arts, drama, and physical activity, parents also can provide insight to children through a more direct relationship inside the classroom and also outdoors. So these are just sort of some of the ways that I like to sort of position the parent as a key actor in the educational process in the kindergarten classroom. And hopefully one day I look forward to actually realizing this vision in practice in the capacity as a long-term occasional kindergarten teacher.